What's going on, everybody? Okay, I just want to start this live with a little preface. Yes, obviously the title is going to pretty much be the things that we're talking about tonight, but I'm also going to be eating some samosas and shrimp fried rice. Oh, I got a little bit of magic juice right here just to get me going. But okay, so essentially just wanted to hop on here, hang out with you guys, try to get the community together, see if you guys have any questions pertaining to the topic of the night, which is the title. And if you want to talk about it, if you want to come in to the community, to the Discord, I'm gonna hop on here in a little bit, see if anyone else is hanging out. But for right now, yeah. Let's see what we're starting with. So I'm just gonna keep it simple. I mean, I'm just gonna riff, but I'm gonna start with a prompt that I gave a couple of these AIs. So I'm using Grok and I'm using ChatGPT. Personally, I kind of like Grok. I like Grok a little bit better. Oh, and before I jump into this, I want to give a shout out to Jeffrey K. I just saw your message in the Discord. It says, yeah, that was from a couple hours ago. Dang. Okay, yeah, I said last year in December, so about a year ago, he was over 400 pounds. He said, I don't know what because the scale didn't go that high. I just said air last night and I weighed in at 338. So he's 338, 340. He's down 60 pounds, 62 pounds. That's amazing, dude. That's awesome. Seriously, keep that going. That's awesome. So shout out to Jeffrey K. Okay. All right, so back to the topic at hand. If you guys have anything that you want to say about it, go ahead. Absolutely. Okay, so the first thing that Grok says when it comes to this topic is going to come down to the "I'm fine" epidemic. So apparently, how men are socially conditioned from a young age to say "I'm good," even when we're falling apart, and how that one phrase is quietly killing us. Yeah, I get that. That's kind of a meme, right? What's up, Seth? What's going on, bro? Just, I'm talking to a couple of AIs, ChatGPT. I'm talking to, who we got going on? ChatGPT and Grok. Kind of having them give me some points on what to talk about right now. So the "I'm fine" epidemic. It's like, I'm good. I'm good. I guess, like, what are some sayings that I say? Like, oh, it's all good. Or, it is what it is. Yeah, okay, so that's interesting. That's the first thing. Let's see if we can get a couple other guys in here. Here, I'll hop in here. Okay, I'm not going to be talking in there, though. Okay, let's see. The friend drop off after 25 to 30. So why most guys go from having a big crew in high school and college to maybe 1 to 2 real friends or none once jobs, girlfriends, marriages, and kids hit. It's normal, but it still hurts. Okay, interesting. The "I'm fine" thing. I'm fine. I think it's probably more along the lines of like probably like what this means is like, oh, it's all good. Like when you say, oh, it's all good, right? Like or yeah, no, it's all good or no, not that. More like it is what it is. Like it is what it is. I feel like, I don't know. Do you think women say that kind of thing? Like it is what it is. And just kind of accepting reality for what it is. Let's see. Number 3 is man up. The most expensive 2-word therapy session that we never asked for. So it says, explore how toxic masculinity isn't just about being aggressive. It's also the part that tells us needing help or affection is weakness. Yeah, it is what it is, huh? Well, I guess what is your input? What is your input as far as the title goes? Like, what do you think that means? Like, what do you see culturally? Social media makes it worse, not better. Yeah. Dating apps and modern dating have nuked organic male connection. Let's see. When every interaction with women feels high stakes and transactional, a lot of guys just opt out entirely and lose one of the few remaining places to meet new people. When every interaction with women feels high stakes and transactional, a lot of guys just opt out entirely and lose one of the few remaining things. Place to meet new people. Interesting. It's like places to meet new people. Is that pretty much it? Like, so I said a lot of lack of genuine friendships in social media has also made people more socially withdrawn. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, what's a way that like what? I guess are we like losing places to like hang out and like meet people? Is that because like if social media is isolating people, then well, I mean, what is it isolating us from, right? Like just like hanging out with friends, like doing tailgates and stuff, like work from home plus car culture. Okay, 0 third spaces for men. No more water cooler talk, bar hangs, or pickup basketball. We go from bed, desk, Uber Eats to bed with almost 0 unplanned human contact. And suicide stats don't lie. Loneliness feels like a failure for men. Women can openly say I'm lonely and get support. When a man says it, half the room thinks, just fix yourself, bro. Small, realistic ways guys can start rebuilding connection. Text one old friend with no agenda. Join something with repeated contact. So just like having hobbies, bro. Like have hobbies, like go do things you want to do. Oops, be the one to plan the hangout. Most guys are waiting for someone else to do it. Therapy isn't weak, it's scheduled maintenance. Shoot, I hope I don't miss you guys' comments on it. Oh, what is up? Huh. Live chat. Nice, there we go. What's up, what's up, what's up? Okay, so that's pretty much what, Grok? Let's see what ChatGPT says. Okay, the silent epidemic, men are more isolated than ever. Most men have 0 close friends they call in a crisis. The myth of being too strong to feel. Men think emotions equals weakness. Why men don't ask for help. Shame, pride, fear of losing respect. Most men would rather drown than admit they can't swim. Social media has made men feel worse, not better. Let's see. Men don't know where they belong anymore. No brotherhood, no tribe, no older male role models. Modern dating has damaged male self-worth. Talk about rejection, harsh standards. Right, hold on, let me see what you said. So I don't know if I blame it on the lack of third spaces. I would blame it on workload, economy, social media. Also, I think there's a lot of fake people out there. Yeah, I mean, which is exacerbated by social media, right? Because it's like, well, I mean, you got to feed the machine, right? Like you got to give the algorithm what the algorithm wants. So a lot of people are like becoming the same because they're all looking towards their favorite influencer, and their influencers are just giving the algorithm what it wants, which is about the same thing everyone else is. Men lose themselves trying to be who they should be, right? So let's see, most men don't know who they are. They only know who they think they're supposed to become. This creates a life lived in performance instead of authenticity. That's an interesting one. Okay, so most men don't know who they are. They only know who they think they're supposed to become. So that's like ego, right? It's like, who do you think you are? On a side note, I really hate when people say we should hang out, but it's like they never seem like they actually mean it. I get you, yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think people are complex. People are interesting creatures, very, very interesting creatures. And it's tough, it's tough. You just got to work around it. You just got to work. I know it's more conformity in the newer generations around 2015, 16. More conformity, huh? Yeah, people are complex, bro. People in relationships are complex. I think I don't know, like Tom Segura said one time on stage. It was a really good quote. It was like the number one piece of advice he would give is just to manage your expectations. Like if you can do that one thing, then if you really try to figure out how to manage your expectations with literally anything, then you can like really mitigate a lot of heartbreak kind of thing. So you actually follow through. They weren't expecting you to take their word. Yeah, so like kind of like shallow, kind of like yeah, like they didn't mean it, kind of thing. And I think that's just the way the world is like people just try to save face. They try to look good. I mean, they try to look good. Like people try to look good, right? Like they don't actually mean it. Like if they meant it, they would be good. Managing expectation, honestly, in every context, like when it comes to women, right? Like or dating, or I should just say dating. When it comes to like dating or something, right? Like manage your expectations. I think that's pretty obvious. You can kind of see like who has crazy high expectations versus the other side who has no expectations, right? Like you can start to see patterns. But when it comes to, like if you're trying to get like a job or something, or if you're trying to, build a business or something, like manage your expectations. Like try to be as optimistic as you can, but like also know that like, things could not work out, and it would, probably be very like much more beneficial if you at least knew that. Like if you at least knew, yeah, actions speak louder than words. Yeah, exactly. What was I saying? Yeah, like if you just manage your expectations, like if you just keep everything tempered, but still have high hopes and high or not expectations, but like high ambitions, I should say, if that makes sense. Samosas from Trader Joe's, So good, bro. Transformation. Yeah, like what's like the number one thing that you guys are like, self-acceptance is really important. Be secure of yourself whether or not things go well. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like not to judge yourself too hard. Not to judge yourself like yeah, just not to be too hard on yourself, accept who you are. It's like, okay, like you didn't think you're not maybe you turned out to not be who you thought you were, but like, that's just a like so then who are you? Or how could you become better? How could you become a little bit like knowing what you know now, because you crashed and burned, you're not who you thought you were. Now knowing who you are now, like how can you get a little bit closer to who you want to be, who you thought you were? And again, that comes down to just managing expectations. So I think what you said is like, it's a good point. I think it's just, another way of saying that, self-acceptance. Not be too hard on yourself. So what's your opinion on flakers? Flakers, yeah, I get that. Same thing, dude. Like when it comes to people that are flaky, like just try to manage your expectations. Like just try to, like if you start to see this pattern once, we know it happens with a lot of people. Like it doesn't matter, like you could be in any state, any country, like you're gonna know that there's gonna be people who are gonna want to make plans with you or do make plans with you and then they flake, right? So I would say just try to find out like what kind of person are you dealing with and how can you work around that. So instead of like totally hating them as a person, how can you just be like, okay, this person's flaky, but like when we do hang out, it's nice. Except like I've been hitting them up a lot and like they say they're gonna come through, but they're not. So maybe just be upfront with them, like like if you want to hang out sometime, like let's kick it, let's hang out. But like it seems like you just keep falling through as far as these plans go. So I'm just gonna stop hitting you up or whatever, or just try to find like another medium in which you guys can hang out. Maybe it's like playing video games together or something. Like if you can't, so flakiness just comes down to expectations. Don't judge them too hard. Yeah. If they're intentionally playing games with you just to try to dominate you, just to try to like see if they can control you, then be like, yeah, probably step away from that person or let them know but if they just like I don't know, I guess if you can tell that it's coming from a place of like they're just like their life is chaotic and they do that with everyone but they don't mean it, but they do probably appreciate you, they appreciate your friendship, like if you can tell that, then figure out like how can you work around that instead of trying to make them kind of conform to your own expectations of what that friendship or what a good friend would look like. Yeah, be assertive with flakers. If they ghost you, move on. Yeah, bro. Honestly, it just comes down to like, do they value that relationship? Like, do they value you, or are they just trying to like literally just trying to mess with you? Like, do they value you or not at all? Like, are they just trying to put up a facade just to keep you in their life? Like, or do they actually spend time like talking to you and getting to know you, I guess. What's with this chat thing? All right, hopefully this chat thing works. I'm so retarded when it comes to this tech stuff, technical stuff, I guess. Sometimes things you can't control. Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. And it comes down to managing again, like how can I bring this back to managing expectations? Like if you can recognize that pattern in someone, you have to be able to defend yourself. You have to be able to take care, like protect yourself from that, like because if they're just gonna blatantly disregard you and disregard, anything that you got going on, like if you want more from that relationship than they're willing to give, then try to reassess that, try to audit that, and assess like do they even care about me at all, or like do they just call me up whenever like they need something, or just because like they're lonely or something, right? Like maybe have that conversation with them. But Yeah. Flaky people. No, I get you. It's honestly a lot of it is like, a lot of it is internal. Like you just have to be able to, because like if you can like kind of manage the internal stuff on your side, then like like you met them, like they're in your life for some reason. God put them in your life for some reason. Like you don't have to love them. They don't have to be your best friend or whatever. But like maybe make it a mission to find out like who is this person. Like they like what are they interested in? Maybe like by doing that you can like lead the conversation into them being more interested or whatever. I don't know if that makes sense. Mm-mm-mm. Male pain. Oh, this is an interesting point. So it says male pain comes out as anger, addiction, or withdrawal. So men rarely cry, so their sadness leaks as anger, porn addiction, overworking, substance abuse, shutting down emotionally. These aren't bad behaviors, they're symptoms of untreated pain. All right then. Men heal in male spaces through challenge, purpose, and accountability. Let's see, what's a better prompt I can give these clankers? All right, fried rice time. Brotherhood is the antidote. The pressure to be perfect. So yeah, make money, look good, have purpose, be stoic, be funny, be confident all at once. Men break silent under possible expectations. Oh, okay, here's a good one. Maybe like, oh dang. Let's see. Let's see, how does modern struggles for men come out in unhealthy ways? Okay, unhealthy. Okay, let's see what Grokky Grok says. Grok says porn addiction and compulsive masturbation. Okay, so here's the medium length version of where that pain leaks out when guys don't have healthy outlets. So porn addiction, compulsiveness, compulsive masturbation, video games, streaming, scrolling binges. Anger is the only acceptable emotion. I swear I do need those people most. Yeah, like when you least expect it. Like when you're least trying to find somebody to date, you're gonna find someone. When you're not actively like, it's something like that. I get what you're saying. Sadness and fear get converted into irritability, road rage, gym rage, or just being a dick online. Sadness and fear. Okay. Anger feels powerful. Crying feels like death. He's getting a lot of people for a reason, I assume. But yeah, I mean, you can find a reason. You can find a reason. There's definitely you can find a reason for sure. Maybe, I mean, I'd even say if you don't find a reason, then you're just gonna treat it. If there's no purpose for it, then you're gonna treat it. You're gonna treat it as if it doesn't have, as if you're not grateful for it or something, or you're not gonna appreciate it. That's probably a better way of putting it. Risky and self-destructive behavior, street racing, hard drugs on the weekends, fighting at bars, reckless spending, hold my beer culture. It's a way to feel alive when everything feels numb. The Sigma grind set code, obsession with money, status, muscles, or being high value as proof you're not a loser, because deep down many guys feel like one. Silent resentment towards women. When dating feels rigged and rejection piles up, some guys don't get violent, they just get bitter. Black pill forums, red pill rage, or quietly hating every happy couple they see. That's sad, bro. Workaholism. Interesting. So alcohol is a personality. I'm fun when I'm drunk. It turns into drinking alone, turns into functioning alcoholic pipeline for men in their 30s and 40s right now. Interesting. Complete emotional shutdown. Some guys just go full robot, no hobbies, no friends, no sex life, no joy. Just wake up, survive the day, sleep, repeat. Quiet despair, looks like he's doing fine from the outside. It's spicy. When every coping mechanism fails and the shame of I can't even fix myself becomes unbearable, and some men choose permanent silence. That's rough. What up, big dog? Just hanging, talking about some just random facts, random points, you know, giving our thoughts, giving our ideas. The scariest part, most of these look normal or even successful from the outside. That's why guys can be dying inside while everyone around them thinks they got it together. But the antidote's always the same: real connection, being seen without judgment, and learning it's safe to be in, to need people again. But until that feels accessible, the pain has to go somewhere, and it usually comes out, as porn addiction, video games, scrolling, addictions, vices. That is what's up. Porn and sexual escapism. Men use porn or hookups to cope with loneliness, boredom, or feeling unwanted. Yeah, bro. I mean, this whole OnlyFans era, bro, is wild. It's wild. There's a whole market for buyers and sellers. Okay, let's see what's another good prompt or a thing we should talk about as far as lows goes. Loneliness, we say isolation. Let's see, like let's ask ChatGPT. Let's see what that guy says. All right, so here's the question. Here's the prompt that I gave it. So what's a natural progression for men nowadays that cause them to end up isolated, and what usually happens to them in that state, and the timeline of what happens after? Okay, so number one, it says early adulthood, the first break in confidence, 18 to 22. He enters adulthood with no real guidance or role models. Breakups, betrayals, or failures in schoolwork hit harder than he expected. He learns his emotions aren't taken seriously, so stops expressing them. Internal belief, no one cares when I'm hurting. When I'm hurting, I have to figure it out alone. Okay? See, early 20s, life pressure begins, 22 to 26. Comparison hits, friends get jobs, relationships progress. Bro, that's such a weird... When you're like 21, 22, and people are getting married and like having kids, bro, that's a wild wake-up call. Like, it's just like, I don't know. He starts feeling behind. He loses hobbies because everything becomes a grind. Friends drift because men don't maintain relationships intentionally. I get that internal shift. I'm not enough yet. I'll socialize again when I'm better. Yeah, I get that. This marks the beginning of self-isolation disguised as self-improvement. Yeah, okay. So I did that shit at 21, okay. Okay. Oh, here we go. Mid-20s. Coping through avoidance, 25 to 28. He's working but empty. As an aspiring author, I like living alone. It gives me time to write. I get that. Like, I've been told I should be a writer. You know, I don't know. I never really pursued that deeply, but I get where you're coming from. Like, it allows you to just kind of get into that state, get into that muse. Like, you're not too distracted with a bunch of surface level stuff. I think, you know, if at least that's where I'm coming from. Okay, so coping through avoidance. He's working but empty. Dating gets harder. Rejection cuts deeply. He starts escaping through porn, social media, video games, food, or weed. He stops opening up because every attempt feels embarrassing or weak. Life becomes work, escape, sleep, repeat. Late 20s, emotional shutdown, 27 to 30. He no longer trusts people with his real thoughts. He becomes more irritable, more numb, more disconnected. He avoids phone calls, events, deep conversations. Women say he's emotionally unavailable. Men think he's too quiet or too serious. Oh man, early 30s, full isolation. He has maybe 0 or 1 real friend left. His social skills decline because he's out of practice. Confidence drops, so dating becomes terrifying. He avoids new people out of fear and being judged. His identity becomes built on solitude, grinding, and survival. It says, this is the most dangerous stage. This is just who I am now. Full isolation, 30 through 33. Well, it's a rough timeline. His identity becomes full on solitude, grinding, and survival. That's rough. What happens to men when they're fully isolated? Their physical health slowly declines. Weight gain, low energy, low testosterone, sleep problems, feeling older than they are. The body reflects the mind. Their purpose collapses. Their self-worth evaporates. They develop quiet addictions. They become hyper-independent. Okay, so let's see what like 3 different paths that people can choose. Path 1, the downward spiral, most common. He gets more depressed, loses ambition, relationships suffer or end, becomes angry or numb, life becomes survival, not living. Decade-long stagnation is normal here. Decade-long stagnation, bro. I cannot imagine that. The wake-up call, path 2, pain forces change. Something that breaks him open. Heartbreak, health scare, financial collapse, hitting rock bottom, losing someone important. This shock forces him to rebuild himself because he has no other choice. Oh, look at that. So force maxing. Life is making you force max. You just have to do it. Path 3, the brotherhood path. The best outcome. Finds a community, coach, mission, starts building consistency, trains, improves, reconnects, rebuilds confidence. All right, let's see what Grok boy, good old Grok says. I don't know if you guys said anything. Hold on. Nope. Okay. All right, phase 0, childhood teens setup, raised with boys don't cry, man up, emotional needs is weakness. Male friendships are mostly activity-based, so sports, gaming, not emotional. Phase 1, early 20s, the drop-off. So graduate high school / college, friend group explodes. Everyone moves for jobs, relationships, grad school. You're suddenly too busy to keep up with 10 plus people. First serious girlfriend becomes 90% of your social / emotional life. Phase 2, 25 to 29, breakup or she becomes the wife. Lose the remaining single friends. Couple friends only hang out as couples. If you're single again, you're out. That's crazy, bro. Eye opener. Yeah, wow, bro. Move cities for career 1 to 3 times. Restart social circle from 0 every time. Oh, damn. Move cities for career 1 to 3 times. Restart social circle. I mean, like, I just moved once, like states and cities, and it was the best thing I'd ever done. Dating apps become primary way to meet people. 95% rejection, ghosting, or situationships. I don't believe that. Dating app, well, 95, wait, primary way to meet people? That's crazy, bro. That's a wild statement right there. I'm not sure I would. You stop inviting people because they're busy. Yeah, they are, you are, everyone is. The first time you realize you have no one to call at 2 a.m. when shit hits the fan. Phase 3, 30 to 35, the new normal. What's going on? Let's see, just hanging out. Let's see, phase 3, 30 to 35, the new normal. So friend count goes from 5 to 2 to 0 real ones. Weekends, gym, grocery run, 12 hours of gaming. Family asks, why don't you have a girlfriend yet? You lie and say you're focused on career. This happens at 30 to 35. That's wild. Okay, so start noticing you only talk to coworkers, service level, cashier at gas station, Reddit strangers. Porn use goes from occasional to daily to only form of intimacy. That's so sad, bro. That's wild. Phase 4, 35 to 42, the quiet collapse. Wake up and one day realize you haven't been touched non-sexually by another human in years. Parents get older, you're the strong one who has to handle everything alone. Dating, either gave up or still trying, and it's soul crushing. Cope menu, that's amazing. All right, so it says first major depression or panic attack, written off as burnout. All right, so it says Cope menu now includes weekend drinking alone, 6 to 10 hours of gaming and marathons, doom scrolling, conspiracy / black pill content, spending $800 on supplements to fix yourself. Cope menu, doom scrolling, conspiracy, black pill content. Oh God, that's probably such an awful negative feedback. What a bad echo chamber to get caught up in online. It's black pill stuff. Just straight nihilism. I mean, like, this is real life, bro. Like, don't infect your brain with that crazy stuff. Like, phase 5, 42 to 50, the outcomes, pick your poison. So most guys end up in one of these 5 buckets. The high functioning hollow man, most common. Good job, nice apartment, fit, financially stable, but 0 meaningful relationships, dies at 68 of a heart attack, and the super only finds out 3 weeks later. Super what? Okay, the explosive crash. 1 big trigger, job loss, parent dies, or divorce sends you into a full breakdown, sends you into a suicide attempt or completion. Suicide attempt or completion. Oh, got it. Peak male suicide age is 45 to 55 and rising fast. Red pill rage era. Falls into manosphere content, blames women's society, spends years angry online, either stays bitter forever or eventually burns out and goes quiet. The late bloomer rebuild. The lucky 10 to 15%. Hits rock bottom, joins a gym with a real community, starts therapy, gets on meds if needed, slowly rebuild a tiny circle, usually happens between 38 and 45. The escape hatch. Rare but growing. Gets married, has kids late, 38 to 45, suddenly has built-in purpose and social circle again, works until the marriage ends and he's 55 with teenagers who don't need him anymore and he's back to 0. The escape hatch. Gets married, has kids late, 38 to 45, suddenly has built-in purpose and social circle again. Works until the marriage ends and he's 55 with teens who don't need him anymore. That's the scariest part. This progression feels completely normal while it's happening. Those guys don't even realize they're isolated until it's fully phase 4 and it's been 5 to 10 years. Rough. Only consistent thing that stops the slide, one real connection, usually another guy who's been through it reaching out or joining something where you show up the same for other people every week. Show up in the same room with the same people joining something. Yeah, so just like hobbies or having a community. Community, that's what it is, community. Well, oh, bro, I don't have my. Alright, I'm gonna leave the Discord chat. I was gonna say I don't have my mic or my speakers plugged in, but let's see if I can make it loud on my headset. Enough for us to listen to some jazz. You guys probably cannot hear that, but that's all right. Anyway, do you guys have any thoughts or ideas or input as far as the title goes, the topic of the night goes? Or better yet, how to make these lives better for you guys. Like, what should I do? What do you guys want to see? Bro, I'm starving. Got some shrimp, fried rice. I just I had samosas, but I just finished my samosas. Bro, it's so good. Samosas. Yeah. I don't know. Like, how do these? Like, how could I make this live? Like, how could I be consistent with these lives and make them like fun to watch? Like what should I do? I don't know. I've done like playing CS:GO before. You know, I've done like Muay Thai before, just like practicing Muay Thai, playing CS:GO. Sounds like my dad. I hope it's not too loud. I hope you can hear it. I put some content together for you guys this week. I'm gonna try to start going hard on that again. You know, going hard on content. I mean, the last time I was doing social media stuff, like seriously, like there was no short content. There was no TikTok. So I gotta integrate this whole new thing. BJJ and Taekwondo, huh? That's dope. Awesome, Seth. Yeah, thanks for joining, brother. Glad to see you here. I do game. I do, well, kind of. Not really. Not all the time. I just kind of one-off whenever I need to. But CS:GO. That's like the only game that I play. What about you? What about everyone else? What do y'all play? Let's see. We got some guys in the Discord. They play, what, Fortnite? I think I saw Noah playing Euro Truck Simulator. One of my buddies from back in California plays that. That's hilarious. Well, I'm gonna give it like 2 or 3 more minutes here, and then I'm gonna hop off. But if y'all have any questions, let me know what's up, or if you guys want to just like talk about something, let me know what's up. So good. Well, what do you normally play? Like, do you play PC or console? And like what games? Message in the description. Yeah, if you guys aren't in the community, you guys should join the community. I'm hanging out there every day. Talking to these, you know, just trying to create a little brotherhood. A little brotherhood that gets you get to come back to wherever. Switch and PlayStation. Yeah, okay. I've never really played Switch, but PlayStation's fun. Even though I used to play Xbox more, but I did have a PSP. Oh man, those were great. PlayStation Portable. Wild. Anyway. Well, I love it. You guys should, I'm gonna hop off here for the night, but you guys should definitely, if you want to stay more in contact, join the Discord down in the description. But I appreciate you guys hopping on here tonight. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. See you later.